We also have team coverage with our First Alert meteorologists, Jennifer and Steve, tracking Helene as conditions are starting to worsen locally, we're seeing this morning.
Yeah, Jennifer, we want to start with you. We know the 5 a.m. advisory just came out, and there's a bit of a change there.
Yes, a little bit of a change when it comes to the intensity. Right before landfall, the previous forecast, which was the latest as of basically last night, 11 p.m., had it becoming that Category 4. Well, now with the 5 a.m., you're going to see not necessarily a Category 4, but you'll see a Category 3. That is still a major hurricane. That is still going to cause significant damage. One thing that's not changing is the fact that this is going to dump heavy rainfall from the Big Bend of Florida up into the Appalachian Mountains across the southeast area. There is a huge risk of flash flooding. Here we go. So maximum sustained winds have increased to now 90 miles per hour. Still Category 1. It has to get to 96 miles per hour in order for it to basically upgrade to that Category 2 status and eventually a Category 3. And that will happen later today. Landfall happens right around 9 p.m. That's an estimate, and it looks like still Tallahassee in the bullseye. Wakulla County, which is south of Leon County, is under the bullseye as well. So that's potentially where it can make landfall, basically between the borders of that forecast cone. Then Helene will eventually move over land, weaken, but it's still going to be at least a Category 1 hurricane once it gets into southern Georgia later overnight into tomorrow morning. Now for us, we've actually been dealing already with rain bands. Started yesterday, and there is huge breaks in between these rain bands where we don't get any rain at all, and that's what's technically happening right now in our viewing area. Some showers starting to roll in quickly though into Palm Beach County, coming in from Broward. Some of these could produce that rotation. Earlier this morning around 3:30 a.m. we had that tornado warning in Belle Glade. Of course, that since has expired. There is a tornado warning out in Collier County north of Everglades, just north of Alligator Alley, I-75 there. It is that storm cell right there. So small, but these could potentially produce those brief tornadoes, and they're tracking quickly too. So look how widely separated these rain bands are. That's why we could still have breaks in between where we see some sunshine breaking through the cloud cover, and then all of a sudden a rain band picks up again. We'll probably have a few of these throughout today, and then tomorrow we'll still have some more. Now we're going to talk more about these local impacts. I'm going to send it off to Steve Villanueva. He's going to have a closer look at those tropical storm warnings.
Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, we still have a tropical storm warning in effect for not just us, for pretty much the entire state, and it stretches all the way up into the Carolinas. So this is going to be a storm system, even though it's 300 miles to the way. The wind field is quite large, so we will be dealing with tropical storm force winds as we head into the afternoon hours. We could have wind gusts potentially up to 50, so it is going to be quite blustery, and we could pick up some very heavy rainfall too as some of those feeder bands roll on through. So we do have a flood watch in effect, even though I think the heaviest rain is going to stay on the western side of the lake and over towards the Gulf Coast. The winds already picking up right now. Winds sustained at 20 miles an hour, but we do have wind gusts over 30 miles an hour in some spots. A couple of spot showers, Indian River County, southern Palm Beach County, but earlier we did have a tornado warning just on the south side of Lake Okeechobee. Right now there's a tornado warning over towards the Naples area, but you can see those feeder bands, and some of those will push on through. But again, I think the Gulf Coast is going to pick up the bulk of the rain as we head into tonight. The storm system is to the north, but notice we'll continue to have moisture feed into South Florida. So as we head into tomorrow's Friday, the storm is well to the north, but we're going to be in the moisture tail of this system. So that means we'll have the southwest flow in place, and that will bring in a lot of tropical moisture. So we'll still have showers and storms in the forecast as we head into your Friday, and that's going to linger into Saturday too, because all of this moisture here will just simply be pulled up by the system to the north. And then finally by Sunday, that's when it's going to start to dry on out here in South Florida. But today, the potential of tornadoes out there because we're in the northeastern quadrant. So closer to home, most of us under a marginal risk of severe weather, Okeechobee County and the northern Treasure Coast under a slight risk. So that means we do have a chance of seeing those tornadoes develop as the afternoon wears on.